My name is Lauren Eckstrom, co-founder of Interdimension Yoga, and this morning we are going to move through a 45-minute power yoga flow to help us get remotivated and re-inspired. For this practice, I would suggest maybe having one block, but it's always optional. You don't have to have it in order to do the practice. And if you like to flow to music, I've suggested a playlist there in the comments for you that you could flow along to if that's part of your practice. So, welcome in, and it can always be really just grounding for us to practice in community. You might want to drop in the comment where you're joining from today so that we can really be here together in community, which is what these YouTube lives are all about. So glad you're here. Share with me where you're joining from today, and we're going to get started seated on our mats. So, come into Sukhasana. And sukha means ease, while understanding that sitting cross-legged isn't comfortable for everybody. So if you have a block and you want to sit up on that block for support, know that you can do that. And as you cross the legs, we'll sit up tall and turn the palms down onto the knees and onto the thighs, which can draw in a somatic sense of being grounded and steady as you attune to the parts of the body that are connected to the earth. If you haven't already, you might allow the eyes to close as you begin to take your attention within. And there's a beautiful quote that says, "What sustains us is what we do together." And so as we drop into this practice, a felt sense that we are in it together. And we'll begin together by uniting and linking with the breath in a form of breath work called Vaya Kumbhaka. So take a deep inhale through the nose, fill the body with breath. So really inspire yourself with the inhale. And then open the mouth, exhale, let the breath empty. And through the nose, inhale to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're full of breath, pause just for 1, 2. Then out the nose, exhale all of the breath out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then here's the Kumbhaka. Retain the breath out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more times. Breathe in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the top of the inhale just for 1, 2. Out the nose, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold the breath out and soften for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twice more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2. Out the nose, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest in the emptiness for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2. Out the nose, exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale, let the breath go and empty. And then shifting into the sound of Ujjayi, drawing the breath in through the nose and along the back of the throat, start to make big circles around your sacrum. So leaning to the left and then far forward and up and over to the right as you circle back again. So big circles around the sacrum. And allowing yourself to gently begin this transition into the body while still remaining connected to the breath. So when we're feeling demotivated or we're feeling uninspired, sometimes we feel resistant to breathing deeply. And so just by starting with a little bit of breath work and a gentle invitation to be literally inspired, we start to bring the prana, the life force in, and we begin to feel a subtle shift in our physiology. And then start to circulate the opposite way. So again, you're just extending yourself invitations. There's nothing about your state that needs to be fixed or changed. We're not here to push anything away. However you're feeling today in your body and your mind and your heart, it all has a place here. It all serves a purpose. And so as you circulate around, you just might be aware of the sensations, the tender parts of the body, the places that feel a little open and ready. And then the next time you come up through the center, sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Sweep the legs around you, come into tabletop pose, and then right away, step the feet back to upper push-up plank. Pause in the top of a push-up, and remember, you can always modify this, having the knees down behind the hips, always an option for you, however you are today. And from plank, you feel the heart drawing a little forward, the gaze beyond the tips of the fingers, at the same time that the heels press back. So there's strength in the danda of the plank pose. And take one more inhale in plank. Then as you exhale, lower the right knee down underneath the right hip. Spin the sole of the back left foot flat. And then on your inhale, come up as you reach the left arm to the sky. So modified side plank pose, we want to establish this here because you're going to have an option in our flow today to either move through modified side plank or full Vashisthasana. So it's going to be up to you, but nice to establish the foundation now. Notice that you haven't restricted the breath, and you could stay here, or on an inhale, lift your left leg up and off the mat. So you start to challenge the balance a little bit. You could stay here or turn the left hand to face behind you, bend the left knee, reach back, catch the left foot with the hand as you maybe kick the foot into the hand, a little opening for the heart and the chest. And so in this variation, we come into a first back bend that's very gentle, so you're not overdoing anything. And back bends are, again, another way that we can expand our lung volume, another way that we can bring the energy of life in. Give it one last little kick there. Then if you have the foot, reach the left leg back, reach the left arm up, take a goodbye inhale. And then exhale the left hand to the mat, drop the left toes to the back of the mat, step back to the top of a push-up plank. Take an inhale in plank to set. Pause there on the out breath. And then shift forward, bend the elbows, lower slow, the whole body down onto the mat. Release the tops of the feet flat, stretch the arms behind you, and then catch and interlace the fingers at the small of the back, setting up for Shalabhasana. On an inhale, lift the heart up, lift the knuckles up and off the sacrum, and then maybe elevate the legs. So another little moment there to balance on the navel this time as you come into a second back bend today. Gaze slightly down, so you elongate out of the crown of the head, and then you reach back through the toes. Take one more big inhale, everything lifts, and then exhale, hands by the low ribs, tops of the feet to the earth. Baby cobra on an inhale, shoulders roll, elbow squeeze. Exhale, heart, chest, and chin down to the mat. On an inhale, press to hands and knees. Come to tabletop pose for a moment and just a couple of cat-cows here on your own. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And then exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, and just move through a couple of those on your own, linking your breath to your movement, remembering that what sustains us is what we do together. So we're doing this together today. How about one more? On your next inhale, come back through a flat back. Step your feet back, again, top of a push-up plank, or you modify, and you just establish yourself through the alignment, and there's a quality of integrity. Take one more big inhale in plank, And exhale, lower the left knee down underneath the left hip this time. Spin the sole of the right foot flat. And as you're ready, inhale the right arm toward the sky, coming into a modified variation of side plank. How's your breath? Noticing that in moments of precariousness, of balance, that you don't restrict or hold the breath. Maybe on the inhale, you lift the right leg up, optional. Maybe you start to turn the right hand behind you. Maybe you bend the right knee. Maybe you catch the foot. And again, just everything that we're doing here in this first opening portion of the practice is setting us up for things to come. So we're really laying the groundwork in the biomechanics of the body so that you're prepared for things that are ahead, while also having places that you know you can stay and come back to. Reach the right leg straight back, reach the right arm straight up if you have it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes down to the earth, right toes to the back of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Up or push up plank position. You're just passing through. Take an inhale. Shift forward onto the toes, bend the elbows, and then lower all the way down slow to the mat. And this time, as you stretch the arms behind you, can you interlace one finger over? So the less natural way. Always feels a little bit funky. Draw the palms together. Draw the knuckles back. Take an inhale, peel the heart off the earth, and then in your own time, float the leg. Shalabhasana C. Balancing on the navel, everything floats. Take a big inhale, elongate. And then let the exhale empty you as you lower slow, hands by the low ribs. Cobra's your inhale, shoulders roll, elbows in, heart elevates. Exhale, heart, chest, and chin lower slow. This time tuck the toes and press your way up to plank and back up into downward facing dog, your first one of the day. And so that first down dog is kind of like your welcome home, even though it's never a resting pose. There you are, head below the heart. A quality of emptying out, and you might bicycle the legs around, sway the hips, as you just start to greet this body that you have today. And from downward facing dog, hide the heels behind the second and third toes. Press firm into the tips of the fingers. Know that things will open up as we continue to move, and you can just trust that. Take an inhale, press the heart back. As you exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step the feet up to the hands. I'm going to keep my feet sitting bone distance, but you could have them side by side, your choice. Hands to shins on an inhale, or maybe fingertips under the chest. Glance out halfway, find length through the spine, a flat back. And exhale, fold forward. Let the rounding back in, drop the head. Rise to the sky. Inhale as you sweep to stand. Exhale, trace the center line. Hands down to the heart, the gesture of Anjali, backs of the thumbs pressing into the front of the heart. As you bow the chin, and taking a moment to establish yourself intentionally in your practice. And so sometimes it can be a difficult reminder, but when we're feeling unmotivated, when we're feeling uninspired, to remember what a gift today is, that not every day is promised, and that at some point this beautiful, precious, and even though challenging life that we have is going to come to an end. And so today you are healthy enough to show up, wise enough to do your practice, and that is something to be celebrated. Because the reality is that one day we won't be, and eventually we will get sick, even if it's just something passing by like the flu, and we will miss these moments. And so to relish and appreciate yourself, this body, this practice, and our community today as we flow. From this place with intention settled on an inhale, spread the arms out, roll the shoulders back. So again, just a little bit of a back bend to help us elevate energy. And then exhale, bring the hands back together at the heart, and you soften the bottom ribs down so you take the back bend out. Circle the arms to the sky on an inhale. Interlace everything but the first finger up and overhead, steeple mudra. And then lean to the right as you exhale. Kick the left hip over to the left side. Up through the center on an inhale. And exhale up and over to the left as you let the right hip really sweep out to the right. Big side stretch. Inhale, rise up to the center. Then as you exhale, tongue out, elbows in, lion's breath. Inhale, both arms right back up to the sky. Sweep and lift. Exhale, fold forward, dive down over your version of straight legs. As we begin to flow, hands to shins, inhale, long spine and back. Hands down as you exhale, step back to the top of a push-up and lower on the same out breath. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog, always your choice. Exhale, roll over the toes, shift back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in down dog. And always I want to remind you that child's pose is there for you. And you can always skip the vinyasas and do cat-cows instead. There's a place for you in these practices always. We're going to flow through it together one more time, one breath, one movement, and then you'll get a few rounds on your own so that you can really get re-inspired. On an inhale, press the thighs back. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward, step the feet up, top of the mat. Flat back inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, exhale, Uttanasana. Rise to the sky, inhale as you sweep to stand. Hands to the heart as you exhale. Press the palms out away on an inhale. Hands back together at the heart as you exhale. Arms rise, inhale, interlace overhead. Exhale, tilt toward the right side of your space. Inhale to the center, tall. Exhale, lean up and over to the left. Inhale through the center, tongue out, elbows in, lion's breath. Inhale, both arms rise up. Exhale, fold forward, dive down and empty out. Chest out, inhale as you lead with your heart. Hands down, exhale, step back to plank, lower slow, elbows back and in. Cobra or up dog, inhale, you rise to meet the breath. Down dog as you exhale, and then 2 more rounds on your own. And we'll meet back here in downward facing dog. So just 2 rounds, that same flow. I'll move through it with you, so you can always cue visually, but let it be your own. Part of what's most important is that you know this practice is always available inside of you and you're not reliant on an external teacher. So here we go. Let's flow twice through. We'll meet back here. And the next time you get back to downward facing dog, pause there. And if you're still flowing, no hurry, no rush. Take a moment to feel your hands on the earth, the places where your feet are connected to the ground, and drawing yourself into a space of safety and connection by noticing those places that are connected to something solid and steady. And we're going to move on. Take an inhale, press back. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float, top of the mat. Chest out, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose, and that root word ut meaning intense. So there is a little bit of intensity, and I always love the reminder from Mark Nepo that sensation is one of the ways that we know we're alive. And so while we never want anything to be painful, it is inevitable that there will be strong sensation, and practice teaches us that we can be with it. Take an inhale and chair. And then exhale, fold forward, feel the space you made. Flat back, inhale. We're going to amp things up. Exhale, plant the hands, either step back and lower or float to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here, listen close. On an inhale, lift the right leg up and off the earth. As you exhale, right knee to right elbow. Keep the shoulders above the wrists. Inhale the right knee to the left elbow. And then exhale the right knee to the right elbow again. Inhale, step back to plank, hold plank. As you exhale, side plank pose. Spin to the blade of the right foot and inhale the left arm up and overhead. As you exhale, extend it over the crown beyond the top of the mat. Remember, you can modify here. Inhale the left arm back up to the sky. Exhale the left hand to the mat. On an inhale, pause in plank pose. And as you exhale, bring your right thigh to your chest, your knee to your nose. Then keep that. And on an inhale, press back, three-legged downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, pivot your back foot flat, rise up Virabhadrasana 1 on an inhale. Warrior 1. Take an inhale, reach up as you press the blade of the left foot down toward the earth. And then one time, chest down, arms by your sides as you exhale, sweep your arms back as if to clear the slate. Rise back up, inhale, warrior 1, and then exhale, right elbow underneath the left, Garuda with the arms. Lift the elbows up, lean back, take an inhale. And exhale, humble yourself. Maybe right shoulder inside of the right knee or chest parallel to the thigh. Always your choice. Then on an inhale, rise back up, unwind the arms, reach up, first warrior. Hands down as you exhale, step back to plank and slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog as you exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Left knee, left elbow, exhale. Hold the shoulders above the wrists. Inhale the left knee to the right elbow. Exhale the left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, step back to upper push-up plank. Exhale, spin to the blade of the left foot or drop the left knee down. Then inhale the right arm straight up to the sky. Use the exhale to extend it up and over the crown of the head. Inhale, right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Take an inhale as you come back to plank. Then exhale, left thigh to the chest, knee to the nose. Keep it tucked in. Then on an inhale, press back, three-leg downward facing dog. Lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot forward, pivot the back foot flat. Rise up, inhale, warrior 1, taking a stand. Chest down, exhale, arms by the side, sweep back. Rise up, inhale, first warrior. Left elbow under right this time. And if your elbows don't intertwine, you can just press your forearms together. Take an inhale, lift the elbows up, lean back, and then exhale, bow your way down just your own amount. So beyond the mind of comparison, you find your version of it as you descend into the left thigh. Rise back up, inhale, first warrior, sweep and lift. Hands down as you exhale, step back to upper push-up and slowly descend. Cobra or up dog on an inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. We're going to cycle through it 2 more times. One breath, one movement. So we're going to pick up the pace a bit. Know that you can rest. Know that you can go at your own pace. If what keeps your nervous system regulated is a slower pace, that's totally fine. Some of us actually need a quicker pace in order to feel safe and settled. So that's what makes this practice so unique. So we'll cycle through it and we're going to find our way together. Take an inhale, press the thighs back. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, float, or fly, feet to hands. Flat back, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rebend the knees, inhale, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Straight down today, exhale, forward fold. Flat back, inhale, lengthen out. Hands down, exhale, step or float back, elbows in. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Right leg up, inhale. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Right knee, left elbow, inhale. Right knee, right elbow, exhale. Upper push-up plank, inhale. Spin to the blade of the right foot, exhale. Left arm to the sky, inhale. Left arm up and over the head, exhale. Left arm to the sky, inhale. Hand to the mat, upper push-up plank pose, inhale. Right knee to the nose, exhale. 3-leg down dog, inhale. Right foot forward, back foot flat, exhale. First warrior, inhale. Chest down, arms back, sweep, exhale. Rise up, inhale, arms above. Right elbow under left, exhale. Lift the heart up, inhale, lean back. Exhale, bow down to the inside. Rise up, inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands down, step back. You could use the knees. Inhale as your shoulders roll low. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rising. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale it to the right. Exhale it to the left. Inhale, left toe step back. Exhale, spin to the blade of the foot. Right arm up, inhale. Overhead extend, exhale. Right arm up, inhale. Hand to the earth, exhale. Inhale, plank. Left knee to nose, exhale. 3-leg down dog, inhale. Left foot floats through, back foot flat. Rise up, inhale, first warrior. Chest down, exhale, sweep back. Rise up, inhale, warrior 1. Left elbow under, right on the out breath. Lean back, press the elbows up, inhale. Bow your way down, let yourself empty. Then rise back up, inhale, strong first warrior. Hands down as you exhale, step back, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Take an inhale, press back. We're going to keep moving. Bend the knees, exhale, step or float. Last time, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold and drop in. Bend the knees, inhale, sit the weight to the heels, chair pose 1 breath. Exhale, dive hands to the mat. Inhale, pull your heart out. Exhale, hands down, step back and lower with control. Inhale to your back bend, inspire yourself. Exhale, downward facing, right and left side, last time on your own. Same flow. And you just find your rhythm. And just look what you can do with the quality of your presence and the quality of your attention, your embodied wisdom.
And the next time you get back to down dog, pause there, take a moment, take a breath. And so you get a little still in the physical body while noticing the aliveness, the beating of the heart, the uptick maybe in the rhythm of the breath, and maybe an increase in bodily temperature. Just how beautiful it is to be alive. Take an inhale, press back, bend the knees, look forward, step up, top of the mat. Glance out, inhale, fold, exhale. Bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back, Utkatasana chair pose. Shift the weight into the right foot. Float the left knee to the chest, and then stack the left ankle above the right knee, making that figure 4 shape as you sit down into your version of floating pigeon. You could bring the hands to the heart if you want to. You could lean out halfway, just kind of deepening into the seat of the body. I really love the reminder from Alice Walker that the most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. And so, really, to feel yourself standing in your power today, feeling agency in the choices you're making as you practice. On an inhale, lift the arms to the sky, straighten the right leg, float the left knee to the chest, kick the left leg out in front of you, and notice you're not leaning back. So, still upright. Take a big breath in. Float to warrior 3, left leg behind you, chest parallel to the earth. Maybe like me, you're having to dodge a house plant and it knocks you out. Take a big inhale here. Start to bend your right knee. Drop step your left toes to the back of the mat. Stay on your back toes. Rise up, crescent pose. Take an inhale as you elevate. Then hands to the heart as you exhale. And really our first twist today. So left elbow outside of the right knee, finding that prayer twist. Stacking the right shoulder on top of the left and still driving firmly back through the left thigh. Give it one last little moment there as you wring yourself out. And then on an inhale, cartwheel open into warrior 2. Back foot spins flat. Front heel intersects the back arch. As you descend into the right thigh, take an inhale and then exhale, straighten the front right leg. Keep the arms elevated the height of the chest. Heel toe the back foot in just to shorten up the stance. Kick the right hip back, reach the right arm ahead, right hand to right shin, or of course, a block outside of the ankle. Coming into your version of Trikonasana, triangle pose. A little scan from within yourself through the body so that the toes are spreading, the jaws unclenching, and the only tension is what's useful to sustaining the pose. We would say anything beyond that would be considered stress. Take a breath. Turn your gaze down. Start to bend your right knee. Shift your right fingertips forward. Float up into Ardha Chandrasana. Back left leg lifted off the mat. And we started practice in a similar way in that modified version of side plank. And so it has a very similar feel. And this time you're just driving out of the right foot and the right fingertips. You could stay here, or like we did on hands and knees, maybe you bend the left knee, maybe you reach back with the left hand and see if the foot is there to catch. And I like to add a block sometimes, only because that just gives a little bit of height to press things open and get the spine parallel to the earth. So know that that's an option if it feels appropriate and right. And if you have that left foot, and you're kicking that foot into the hand, roll the chest open, give it one last little squeeze. Left leg straight back, left arm to the sky, full half moon as you widen and spread. Take a goodbye inhale. Bend the right knee, float, step back. Second warrior as you exhale. Reverse your warrior inhale. Remember, it's a side stretch, not a back bend. So lifting from the right hip up, lengthening through the right side waist. Take a big inhale, lean back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Spin onto the back left toes. Heel toe the right foot to the right. Then shift the fingertips forward a little bit underneath your chest. And on an inhale, lift your left leg up and off the mat. Left hand underneath left shoulder or a block. And then on your next inhale, reach your right arm to the sky as you come into Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana, twisting half moon. Hug the right hip in, turn the gaze toward the right, maybe up toward the sky, super personal. Take one more big inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, right hand down. Maybe you walk your hands in either side of your right foot. For a moment, you fold yourself into standing splits, hugging your way in, feeling sensation, knowing you're alive, sensing your agency. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left toes come down to meet the right top of the mat. Glance out, inhale, take the rounding out of the spine. Exhale, fold and bow. Here we go, second side. Bend the knees, drop the hips, sit back into chair. Shift the weight into the left foot this time. Right knee floats to the chest, right ankle stacks over left knee, finding your version of floating pigeon. Arms could stay straight, hands could come to the heart, chest could bow forward a little bit. And finding one steady place for your drishti, for your gaze. And really allowing the breath to move through you even as you negotiate balance. So to sense that there can be stability within the uncertainty. One of the beautiful gifts that practice gives us, that things don't have to be certain in order for me to be stable. On an inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, float the right knee up into the chest, and then kick the right leg out. Your version of straight. Take a big inhale there. Exhale, float third warrior. Right leg behind you, torso parallel to the earth. Depending on your back, maybe hands come to the heart. Give it one last big deep breath in. Bend the left knee, drop step the right toes to the back of the mat. Rise up. The only time you're here today, crescent pose. Take an inhale, reach up, gaze up. Hands to the heart as you exhale, stay empty of breath. Right elbow outside of left knee as you twist. Inner thighs still hugging in tightly. Torso spiraling toward the left. And see if you can pull the thumbs back as you pull the heart forward. Give it one last little squeeze there. And then cartwheel open to warrior two on an inhale. Back foot seals flat. Arms widen and spread. Last little bit of standing practice. Can you stay? Straighten the front left leg. Heel toe the back right foot in for stability. Reach the left arm forward. Slip the left thigh back. Trikonasana triangle pose. And so you know this, but the triangle, one of the most stable shapes in existence. And so can you inspire that stability for your day today? One of the questions my teacher likes to ask is, what is it like to live with a peaceful heart? What is it like to live with a peaceful heart? And I know just even as I sit with that inquiry, that's what stability feels like when it's embodied. Take a breath, turn the gaze down, start to bend the left knee, shift the left fingertips forward, left hand under left shoulder or to a block. Float the right leg up, Ardha Chandrasana. Take up space. This is about being motivated. This is about being inspired, not afraid to take up space today. Maybe bend the right knee. Maybe reach back with the right hand. See if the foot is there for you to connect with as you maybe kick the foot into the hand. Rolling the chest open and noticing that your standing left toes still point straight ahead. So your left knee is so safe because where your toes go, your knee goes. Give it one last little squeeze. Right leg straight back, right arm to the sky. Take a goodbye inhale, half moon. Start to bend the left knee, float step, land lightly. Exhale, warrior two. Last two postures. Inhale, reverse your warrior up and back. Exhale, circle the hands down, spin onto the back right toes. Shift your fingertips forward, float the right leg up and off the earth. Pause there as you draw the heart out. Right hand under right shoulder, lengthen out. Then on your next inhale, pull the left arm up toward the sky. So it's the shoulders that stack. The pelvis stays neutral, gives you a twist of authenticity, a twist rooted in integrity. Pause there, negotiating balance, breath, and allowing everything to integrate as you give it one last little lean back. Left hand down, right leg stays lifted. Maybe walk the hands in. Maybe fold yourself forward. A moment to pass through standing splits. Take one last inhale as the right leg elevates. Exhale, right foot meets the left. Glance out, inhale, make some space. Last vinyasa, plant the hands. Step back, lower slow. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, down dog. I don't know where the time goes, guys, but it goes. Take an inhale. Every moment counts. Exhale, lower the knees down. Crawl the knees forward, cross the ankles behind you. Roll onto the back. Bend the knees. Place the feet flat onto the earth. Bridge pose. On an inhale, lift the hips. And then in the same way we started practice, maybe you catch and interlace the hands underneath you, walking one shoulder under, then the next. Weight in the heels, you could stay here. If you're really wanting some Urdhva Dhanurasana today, some upward facing bow, you could plant the hands back by the ears. Rest to the crown of the head first. And then maybe inhale, straighten the arms. Lift the heart. Lift the chest, let the head really hang. And so a full inspiration. Lungs expansive wherever you are, bridge or upward facing bow. Give it one last little moment there. If you're all the way up, tuck the chin in, lower to the shoulder blades first. If you're in bridge, release the hands, lower slow, upper back, lower back, everything to the mat. Reach down, hug the knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze after that. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Kick the feet away from each other. Reach the hands forward. Maybe you catch the under edges of the feet. Maybe you catch the shins. Supta Gomukhasana. A couple of breaths there, just symbolic of bringing us back in. And close the eyes if you can. And allow the exhales now to become longer. Keep the legs as they are, cactus the elbows. Shift the hips to the right, drop the knees to the left. Take a twist. Inhale back through center. And then switch the legs, left thigh on top of the right, kick the feet away, reach forward, catch the under edges of the feet. Breathe. And there was a story of a rabbi named Zusha who was on his deathbed. And his students came to visit him, and he said, I'm not afraid of dying and having God ask me why I wasn't more like Moses or Abraham. I am more afraid that God will ask me why I wasn't more like Zusha, more like himself. And so as we look for motivation and inspiration in our lives, really it's right here. It's as close as our breath and as close as this next moment, that the greatest thing we can do is really embrace and be ourselves. It's what the world needs most. Release the feet, shift the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. Breathe, easy twist. On an inhale, come through the center. Reach forward, uncross the legs, squeeze the knees, squeeze the toes, give everything one last little hug. And then exhale, Shavasana. Let the feet fall away. Let the arms come down by the sides. And even if your day is full, even if there are places to get to and things to do, this time is worthy of your presence and the quality of your attention. It's the place where the yogis say the practice begins. And so no excuses. Shavasana, you rest. In an ideal world, we would really stay here for maybe as much as 10 minutes. And so if you have the time to stay today, please stay. If you genuinely need to transition, spread the fingers, rebend the knees. You could curl to one side, cradle your head, or rock your way back up to sit. And finding your way back to the place where our practice began in your own time. If you're still resting, stay there. As you cross the legs and sit up tall, hands come to the heart and you bow the chin. And it was Lucille Ball who said, "It's a hell of a start knowing what makes you happy." And I know for me, each and every time I come to the mat, no matter how much resistance there might be, I never regret it, ever. And so feeling the gratitude that you have to yourself for showing up today and to your practice and to this community, because again, as we started, what sustains us is what we do together, and we did it together today. So thank you. Inhale your thumbs to your forehead for clarity of thought, your fingertips to your lips for thoughtfulness of speech, and your hands to your heart for consistency of action, allowing your practice to guide you through everything you're thinking, saying, and doing. Take a final deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice. Thank you so much for your presence. As always, it's a joy to share this time with you. And you can practice with me more and many other teachers from around the world when you follow the link below, which will take you to my home, Inner Dimension Yoga, where all of my full-length program, series, and classes are. And when you join, your first 10 days are free. We also just announced a new retreat taking place in Costa Rica this July, one of my favorite places in the world, one of my favorite times in the world to be there. It's going to be a more intimate retreat. So if you're needing to be in person community, know that that's there for you too. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. And I will see you for next month's live. Have a beautiful rest of your day.